You know, some of us are a little bigger than others. Maybe we like to eat more. Maybe we like to carry around unnecessary items, like fat. Sometimes, some of us could stand to lose a little weight, myself included. So, that being said, today I am not losing any weight. Today we are going to focus on the Falcon 180 because it's easier to detract the attention from myself. And we are going to help the Falcon 180 lose some weight. So if you grew up around the same time that I did, then you might have taken notice of the Fast and the Furious phase where everyone decided that they wanted to race imports. And if you ever played Gran Turismo, you know that weight loss is one of the options that you actually have to pay for, right? You're paying someone to take the weight off your car. And they do that by a number of methods. There's typically a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 kind of thing. Stage 1 is where they just remove a lot of unnecessary items. Well, today, when it comes to the Falcon, we are going to have a stage 1 weight reduction. And how we're going to do that is we are going to remove those little motor guards. People ask me how much those things weigh all the time. So, I finally got a scale, which is the only reason I hadn't done it yet. So now that I got a scale, and now I can quantify how much they weigh. Let's get it started. Alright, so let's get a baseline weight. Now, just to note, my setup right now is going to be different than what yours is. Number one, I have a couple 3D printed parts up here. I have the top part of the cam holder that I've been working on, which needs some more work. Even has a little additional Falcon on it just for cutesies. And then also it has my landing gear that I created. And then I had this apart and I lost these 4 screws, and so I just have like placeholders in there for the moment. So this is not actual flying weight, but it'll be good enough for a comparison, and then we could just weigh these by themselves as well. So let's get you set to grams, because that's what we use here. And to start with, we have a weight of 325. I want to say that I'm going to remember that, but I probably won't. So yes, let's get these things off of here. Now the crazy thing is that there are 6 screws holding each motor guard in place. And so you'll have to take off those 6 screws, then take off the 4 screws that hold the motor to the motor guard, and then put the motor on the carbon fiber arm with those 4 screws. So there's a lot of screws involved, which is why, instead of doing things the hard way and hurting my wrist, I decided to go ahead and bring out the drill. Using a drill on quadcopters is not highly advised, by the way. It'd be quite easy to overdo something. It's probably the best way I could put it. So, yep. But, you know, why not take chances sometimes? Also, if you were going to power your quad while you were working on it, please take the props off. I'm not putting this under power by any means, so I'm not worried about it. And then also, I leave this guy attached, that way I don't lose it, but we are going to take him off for the remainder of this course as well. Alright, here we go. Those are very short screws. Ha! Wow. Alright, so if you're planning on doing this mod, you need to find a set of motor screws. Otherwise, not possible. You cannot use the stock screws to go through the carbon frame that was going through the plastic. Apparently this plastic is much thinner than the carbon is. And these have got to be the shortest motor screws I've ever seen. Maybe I'll get calipers out in a second. Alright, so while we are doing this, let's figure out what size screws we can use. Alright, so this is going to be 8mm and might be too long. So let's find out. Alright, and there she goes. So I will say that it does look a little bit more plain without the motor guards on. But at least the motors are green to give it a little bit of color as well. Yeah, it looks a little bit more like a regular quad now. So let's see the verdict. We were at 325 before. However, you know, I could just weigh these by themselves, which I will do. 28 grams. So realistically, we should be looking at 297. However, we also have the screws. They were using 6 of these little guys, which probably don't even register. No, not even a gram each. 6 of those guys on each motor guard, as well as these short little stubby screws that had to be transposed for longer screws because they were too short. So if you're planning on doing this mod, you need to find screws that are somewhere in the range of 6 to 8mm long, 5 to 8mm long. Because these little guys, which are... these are 3.5, it looks like. Maybe 4. So 6 to 8 is where you want to be with your replacement screws. But you need them to do this project. You cannot swap them without. So with having to change all these screws for longer screws, but then remove these screws, let's see how much of a difference that makes. So 297 would be the exact transposed weight if nothing changed. 296. The screws made the difference of a gram. And altogether we lost, what, 28 grams? Because this was 27? 28. 29 grams lost on almost 300 grams. I guess that's almost 10%. That is a 10% power ratio. No, I don't think that's how that works. It's a 10% weight difference. So there you go. That is the end of our stage 1 weight reduction for the Falcon 180. Don't forget, it is almost the end of January. So time is getting short to enter the win one of these Space One Formula 220X racing frames. Check the description links below for how to enter, so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching my videos in the first place. Hopefully it's helping you guys. I doubled my subscriber numbers this month. I hit 50 as of today. So that was really cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. Lets me know I'm doing something right anyways. Helping people is really what I'm after. You know, the more people that learn this stuff and the more people that are doing it, the more people hopefully there is to fly with. So, you know, that's one of the things I really like about quadcopters is the community. And I want to see you out there. So yes, good times. Thanks for watching.